Good evening, sports fans. Hump Day Wednesday. On the show today, we've got the Miami Heat taking on Jimmy Butler for the first time since they traded him to the Golden State Warriors, plus updates from Game 6 of the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals.
And upset alert in UAAP women's volleyball as the UP Fighting Maroons deal the NU Lady Bulldogs their first loss of the season.
That was a great match, by the way. 5 thrilling sets. At one point, it was even tied at 12 apiece in the 5th and final set. We'll tell you more about it in just a bit. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Latancala.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy Lee. Mr. Moves puts it up. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stopping another one. Bacunas rejecting Estevo for the point.
A statement victory for the Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler's return to South Beach. The Heat rolled past Jimmy Buckets and his new team, the Golden State Warriors, 112-86. This is Butler's first trip back to Miami since the Heat traded him to the Dubs just last month. And the Heat simply knew how to keep their former player in check. Jimmy was limited to just 11 markers on 5 out of 12 shooting. Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero stole the spotlight with 27 and 20 points respectively. Golden State was still without Steph Curry though because of a pelvic contusion. The Heat still hold the final play-in spot in the East with 31 wins and 41 losses. The Warriors, meanwhile, are clinging to that 6th spot in the West with 41 victories and 31 setbacks. At a post-game press conference, Miami head coach Eric Spoelstra shared his thoughts on facing Butler and the rest of the Dubs.
I mean, the energy in the building was great. You know, if you're a competitor, you love this kind of environment. We didn't do any kind of extra motivational speech, you know, leading up into this. It was more about us just staying the course with our process. I didn't go, you know, person to person to ask them, you know. We want to kind of just, you know, keep it steady, you know, right now, more than anything. But defensively, you know, that was probably one of our more consistent efforts, you know, all the way through. But look, I'll tell you what, you take out the New York and Memphis games, we've been defending for 6 weeks, you know, pretty hard. You know, that's been definitely something our team has rallied around. Defending and doing tough things. You know, we're just continuing to get better, you know, defensively. And we kind of had it all together, you know, tonight. Obviously, that's a big difference when Curry is not playing. There's no question about that. He creates an offense unto himself, a bunch of overreactions and all that stuff. But I'm just talking about the efforts. And look, we've had guys out. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. This league is unforgiving. So it was good to see those kind of inspiring efforts, you know, from multiple guys, you know, throughout the course of the game.
Meantime, the Oklahoma City Thunder flexed their might once again to become the first team to reach 60 wins this season. OKC's milestone victory came at the Sacramento Kings' expense, 121-105. The Thunder bolted to a 24-point lead in the first half, which was enough to survive the Kings' furious third-quarter run. OKC then finished things off with another dominant showing in the fourth quarter. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander once again top-scored for the Thunder, dropping 32 points with 8 rebounds and 5 assists. With Jalen Williams still out with an injured hip, Chet Holmgren filled in and posted 18 markers and 10 rebounds. Keegan Murray had a team-high 28 markers for Sacktown, including 9 triples in a losing effort. The Thunder have won 7 in a row. They lead the West and the overall standings with a 60-12 win-loss slate. The Kings, on the other hand, have lost 4 in a row and are currently 9th in the conference with 35 victories and 37 defeats. Here's SGA right after his squad earned win number 60.
Going anywhere on the road in this NBA is going to be tough to go win. The game of basketball is full of ups and downs. We know that. And it's about us getting the car back on the road when we had those downs, and we did that tonight, and we're able to get a bigger win on the road.
You guys become the fastest team in franchise history to make it to 60 wins. I know you preach consistency, you preach good habits. What have you seen from this team through 60 games, 60 wins that you've gotten so far this year?
Yeah, we put in the work. We've earned it. None of it came to us. And that's all we're focused on. We're focused on us putting the work in and going out every night and trying to earn a W. And when we take it one step at a time, like we did tonight and like we did last night and all the other nights, we look up and we have 60 wins. But yeah, it's just a testament to our hard work. There's a lot more work to be done. We haven't done anything. We haven't achieved half of our goals, so we know there's a lot more work to be done, and we'll do it.
I know you don't like talking about yourself, but you've had 65 consecutive games with 20 or more points. That's the longest streak in franchise history. You just passed Kevin Durant. What does that mean to you when you hear the numbers that you're able to put up and how you're able to lead this team to what you've been able to do through the last couple of years?
Yeah, it starts with my teammates and organization trusting me to go out there and be the player I am. Without that runway, without the ball in my hands, I'm not that guy. So I thank them. And then same thing, it goes back to my hard work. I just put in the work and trust it and look up and see where I am.
Well, as for the Houston Rockets, they beat the Atlanta Hawks thanks to a huge double-double from Jalen Green. Our kababayan tallying 32 points and 11 rebounds here in H-Town's 121-114 victory at home. The Rockets almost squandered a 20-point lead, though, in the payoff period. The Hawks pulled within 3 in the dying seconds, but the rally was cut short thanks to Fred VanVleet's clutch free throws. FVV finished with 21 markers. Atlanta wasted a combined 38 points and 22 assists from Dyson Daniels and Trae Young. The Rockets tightened their hold on the number 2 spot in the West with 47 wins and 26 losses. The Hawks are number 7 in the East with 35 victories and 37 defeats. Here's ATL's head coach, Quinn Snyder, after his team's tough setback.
We started breaking the paint, and we made some shots. I mean, it's an easy thing when you know you see zone, breaks the rhythm a little bit, and if you hit a couple shots early, it goes away. If you miss a couple, you know, we just don't need to start thinking. You know, those guys need to, and we got a little more comfortable and a little more confident in that, and you know, and we also were able to get some stops for a stretch there and play off our defense. If we're taking the ball out of the net after free throws, it makes it harder because it's a set defense, whether it's man or zone. And now, you know, we were 15 of 49. So that's, you know, I thought we had good looks in a lot of those. So, you know, we were right there. I think it was a 4-point game. And I thought, you know, Green hit a tough shot on a good defensive possession. Şengün hit a tough shot. We had one on a swing where Terrence didn't want to get off Adams' body, you know, and Smith hit a shot. So, you know, like I said, that they had to make plays to beat us down the stretch. And I thought, again, we found some rhythm there, which was good for us, you know, for tonight and you know, as we move forward as well.
10 more NBA teams hit the hard court today. Here are the results. Even without star Cade Cunningham, the Detroit Pistons still make easy work of the San Antonio Spurs, 122-96. Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner are once again at the forefront of the Orlando Magic's 111-104 win over the Charlotte Hornets. Karl Anthony Towns and Josh Hart both have triple-doubles, while OG Anunoby top-scored with 35 points in the New York Knicks' 128-113 beatdown of the Dallas Mavericks. Meanwhile, the Memphis Grizzlies use a dominant second half to upend the Utah Jazz 140-103. And lastly, Darius Garland leads the Cleveland Cavaliers past the Portland Trailblazers 122-111.
Now time for some unfortunate news for Milwaukee Bucks fans, a major setback as it looks like All-Star guard Damian Lillard will be sidelined indefinitely. The Bucks announced that Lillard has deep vein thrombosis in his right calf and is taking blood-thinning medication. Thrombosis is the formation of a blood clot inside a blood vessel. Lillard's medication has since stabilized the thrombosis, but he will continue with regular tests. Milwaukee did not give a target date for his potential return, but the 9-time All-Star has missed the last 3 games. Lillard is averaging close to 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists in 58 games so far played this season with Milwaukee. The Bucks currently 5th in the East with 40 wins and 31 losses. The 34-year-old star guard is the second high-profile player to be sidelined due to a deep vein thrombosis. Victor Wembanyama had the same diagnosis on his shoulder and has been ruled out for the season. After the break, more basketball, but this time in the PBA, we'll give you a look at the ongoing action in Game 6 of the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals between Barangay Ginebra San Miguel and the TNT Tropang Giga. That and more when we return. Stay tuned, only here to Play-by-Play on One News. And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play-by-Play only on One News. Time for an update now from Game 6 of the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals between Barangay Ginebra San Miguel and the TNT Tropang Giga at the Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Let's take a look at the highlights. Reynam Batak, Calvin Oftana, and Ronde Hollis Jefferson all connecting from deep to score TNT's first 15 points. Ginebra did respond though by pounding the ball inside to keep pace with the Tropang Giga. RJ Barrientos hitting 3 straight jumpers while Oftana hit another triple to end the opening period at 20-all. In the second quarter, both squads exchanging hard-earned buckets, but Scotty Thompson closed out the half with a buzzer-beating 3-pointer to put Team Never Say Die ahead at the break 42-38. The third quarter just started and it is still a really close fight as we speak. Ginebra leads the best-of-7 series 3-2, which means they can clinch the title with a win tonight. But if TNT takes Game 6, then they force a winner-take-all Game 7 on Friday.
Moving on to volleyball in the UAAP, no sweep for the NU Lady Bulldogs. After 8 wins in a row, they just suffered their first defeat at the hands of the UP Fighting Maroons. It was a tight 5-set battle that even saw a 12-all tie in the final frame. But a crucial 4-0 run to end the game sealed the UP stunner. Final score 26-24, 23-25, 17-25, 25-23, and 15-12. This is also UP's first win over NU since season 80 in 2018. Nina Itang exploded for 30 points to lead the Fighting Maroons. Itang is the first middle blocker to hit that mark since Jaja Santiago in season 79. UP improves to 4 wins and 5 losses for the season. NU drops to 8-1, which also means there will be a traditional Final Four instead of a stepladder in the semis.
Speechless, wala. Wala po ako. Bilog po talaga ang bola. Basta, yung ano lang, bigay lang eh. Kasi, eto na, andun na kami. Sabi nga namin nung nung fifth set ng pa-start. Dito na malayo na tayo. Why not susuko? Bakit pa tayo susuko? I mean, parang nilaban lang po talaga namin. Tulungan lang talaga, tiyaga lang talaga sa loob ng court. Yes.
Meantime, the FEU Lady Tamaraw scored back-to-back wins after overpowering the UE Lady Warriors in straight sets, 25-20, 25-20, and 25-23. Middle blocker Jazz Eliarina had her best outing yet for the Lady Tams with 17 points built on 12 attacks, 2 blocks, and 3 service aces. FEU climbs to solo second with 6 victories and 3 defeats. UE continues to search for its first win of the season.
In the men's division, the FEU Tamaraws keep their unbeaten record in season 87. The Tams held off the UE Red Warriors in 4 sets, 25-19, 25-17, 23-25, and 25-18. Ariel Cacao powered the Tams offense with 21 excellent sets, while Drick Saavedra and Lyric Mendoza chipped in 13 points each. FEU is now 9-0 in the tournament, making them the only undefeated team left in either division. UE remains winless at 0-9. As for the NU Bulldogs, they're back in the win column after taking down the UP Fighting Maroons in 4 sets, 23-25, 25-14, 25-20, and 25-23. Jay Disquitado had a brilliant outing on both ends of the Taraflex with 22 points, 20 excellent receptions, and 6 excellent digs. NU rises to 7-2 for the season, while UP drops to 2-7.
It will be another finals matchup between the Crisscross King Crunchers and Signal HD Spikers in the Spikers Turf Open Conference. The King Crunchers booked their spot in the championship round after making quick work of the VNS Lady Crete Griffins 25-20, 25-15, and 25-11. Mark Espejo fired away for the King Crunchers with 14 points on 10 attacks, 2 blocks, and 2 aces. Crisscross is now 2-0 in the round-robin semifinals and 12-0 overall in the tournament. The HD Spikers likewise had a dominant sweep over the Savoj Spin Doctors 25-19, 25-20, and 25-18. Stephen Rotter racked up 13 points. Signal is also at 2-0 in the semis. Game 1 of the finals is set next Wednesday, April 2 at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum.
And the PVL veteran playmaker Chi Sayat is more determined than ever to help the Petrogas Angels finally win that elusive All-Filipino Championship. The Angels claimed the final spot in the semis of the All-Filipino Conference after beating the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells in a do-or-die Game 3 in the quarterfinals. Sayat was at the heart of the victory. The 40-year-old setter delivered a player-of-the-game performance with 20 excellent sets while also adding 5 points. Petrogas has yet to win an All-Filipino title since joining the league back in 2018. Here's Sayat talking about their push for a championship, especially as she nears the end of her storied career.
After game dito nangyari, we talked.
And also, the next day, we talk about what happened. Then we realized na, yun nga, marami din kaming nakalimutan yung sarili namin, kung ano kami. And yun nga, we started slow that first game. So parang inaantay namin na, lalaban ba kayo? Yun, nagulat kami kasi nilabanan kami. So parang yun yung naging consequence namin. So yung losses. And then, kumbaga, next game na, yun nga, nag-usap kami na hindi na kami papayag na maulit ko ano. Kasi ayaw na namin na heartbreak ulit. Siyempre, bilang ate, ito na lang kasi yung conference na wala kaming championship. So I want then makuha yung championship this all Filipino. And for them to remember me. As, syempre, sooner, I'll be retiring then. So, ayun. So, gusto ko ibigay din yung best ko every game. So, I keep on reminding every one na we have to push kasi nandito na kami. Parang dito, ngayon pa ba kami hihinto?
Coming up, Pinoy Pride is on display again. Our very own Pinay skater Marjeline Didal is now in a video game. We got more stories when play-by-play returns. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. The Philippine men's football team kicks off its AFC Asian Cup qualifiers campaign with a dominant win over Maldives. The Philippines scored a 4-1 victory in front of a home crowd in New Clark City in Tarlac. The Pinoys played inspired football, with Jefferson Tabinas only needing 6 minutes to get the team on board. Bjorn Christensen padded the lead after finding the back of the net off debutant Randy Schneider's pass in the 19th minute. Ali Fasir did cut the lead with a 62nd minute goal for the Maldives, but Schneider scored from just outside the goal area in the 77th minute to restore the Philippines' 2-goal lead. Sandro Reyes scored the Philippines' final goal. The Philippines now claim an early lead in Group A. The country will next play in June against Tajikistan, which also won its opening game against Timor-Leste 1-0.
We've got the PBA and the NBA in tonight's highlight reel. Let's start in the Big Dome. Game 6 of the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals. Brownlee, Troy Rosario to Scotty. Take a look at this play, guarded by Oftana. The cross, and then the lob to Japet Aguilar. What a play. Let's take a look at that again. And look at the Barangay faithful. Delighted with that play in the first quarter. Scotty, whoop, the crossover. Iwansi Oftana throws it up. Japet like it's hot. Of course, Ginebra trying to close this one out against TNT at the Big Dome. It is now the third quarter, and we still have a very tight game. Okay, now let's go to the NBA. The Grizz and the Jazz. The kick out Kennard. Aldama lobs it to Jay Huff. Who's Jay Huff? Undrafted back in 2021. Former University of Virginia product. 27-year-old big man. What a lob there for Jay Huff. Huffin' and puffin', 16 points, 6 boards for Jay Huff. Grizzlies, by the way, make easy work of the Jazz here in Utah, 140 to 103. Roll the next one. Heat Warriors. Jimmy Butler comeback. Here's Hero. Goes to Kalel Ware, gets double, and then look at Ware. Loses control of the ball some way, somehow. Puts it up and in. Looks at the official, asking for a foul. No whistle blown. Look at the bench. Also asking for a foul. The tap by Looney, no problem. Look at the agility by Kalel Ware. Circus shot for the 7-footer. Ware had 14 points, 10 rebounds as the Heat spoiled Jimmy Bucket's return to Miami since the trade. With a win over the Warriors, 112 to 86. Again, still no Steph Curry for the Dubs. Okay, now Hawks and Rockets. Former #1 pick, Zachary Ricochet. Take a look at this. And a contender for Rookie of the Year, Zachary Ricochet, may be lean, but take a look at that move, posterizing the Turkish big man, Alperen Şengün, and the smile right after. He knew what he did. Ricochet finished with 18 points, but Hawks came up short because of the star in our final highlight. Let's roll it. Here it is, our homeboy, Jalen Green. Ooh, behind the back on Onyeka Okongwu. And Terrence Mann, smart decision. Making a very smart business decision, not challenging. Take a look at him here. Oh, ayoko ma-poster. Jalen Green finishes with that. Look at that, behind the back, slick move from our kababayan, JG4, finishing with 32 points, 11 boards to lead the Rockets at home. Big win over the Hawks, 121 to 114. Exclamation point for you. Check.
Thank you for the highlights. And before we go, Pinoy Pride activated. Our very own Pinay skateboarding icon Marjeline Didal just made her video game debut. The Olympian has been immortalized as a playable character in the video game developed by the skateboarding legend Tony Hawk. The trailer for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 features Didal just doing her thing in different terrains. The game is a remake of Pro Skater 3 and Pro Skater 4 of the early 2010s and is set for release on July 11. Prior to this, Didal had a viral moment with Hawk himself when she posted a photo with the legend. The 2018 Asian Games gold medalist made reference to the recurring joke where people purposely mistake Hawk as someone who only looks like him.
Happy for Margie Didal. Congratulations to Margie. That's all from us tonight. Catch us again tomorrow, though, at 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Calao. Thank you for watching. Good night.